Hey guys, how you doing? I feel like I just saw some of you. So, it's Mother's Day, as you all know. It's a tough day for some, not so much for others. But I know this. It's not easy to stay sober through a day like this if you've lost your mom, you know? Or, if you're a mother who's lost your children. It's a fucking nightmare. So, you know me, guys, I talk about what's on my mind and stuff. And obviously, my mom is on my mind today. So I don't know how much I'm going to talk about her. I'll show you guys a little video in a little bit. I wasn't going to show it, and I have before, but just because it's Mother's Day and the video is from Mother's Day, I'll show it in a little while. Um, so what does that mean? Good. Never a dad. What does that mean? Um, yeah. That's tough. Mine did too. Let me see. Soto, Pat, Sabrina, Michael Hensley, Rebecca, uh, War, Alan, and Never a Dad. I'm not sure who you are exactly, but you might be a troll. I don't know. Anyway, so guys, today is a very strange day. You could even tell by the show that I just did. I woke up. I couldn't fall back to sleep. I woke up very early, and I just kept, you know, nodding off and waking up and nodding off and waking up. I could not get out of bed. I didn't get out of bed till late today, and right away, Bill Barry's cut that shit out right away. Of course, it's Mother's Day. It hits you, like this is my first Mother's Day without my mom. So I don't know what it was with me today. I don't know, it was something mental or something, but I was like extremely energetic, like overly energetic. I don't know if it was my brain trying to cope or what the fuck it was, but that's why, like I said on my last stream, me and my stepson just went out all day. And we had fun. We went out to eat and stuff. We brought my wife some gifts to her job and stuff, and uh, I don't know. I mean, I did my best to keep it off my mind, but as it gets later, I don't know what it is. As it gets later in the day, and things slow down a little bit, you start to think a little more. So I knew it was important for me to do one of these tonight, and that's why I'm here. So listen, you know me. I'm always telling you what's on my mind, but you could tell me what's on yours. Thank you. Truth trumps feelings. Thank you. Tell me what's on yours. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking as usual. How many of you in here have lost your moms? I kind of interviewed my mom on my show before, and I was going to play some of that tonight, but I don't think that'll be a good idea for me. Me on here crying like a little bitch. But I am going to play a little video. See how I do with that. Yeah, I mean, Eric, let me ask you something, Eric. I'm not going to get into politics with you. When you come into a stream, right, and you see where it says this live stream is about addiction recovery only, what kind of asshole do you have to be to just start talking political shit? You know what I mean? Like, let me explain to you, Eric. When I do the politics live streams, you're more than welcome there. When I do these streams, if you are uh, struggling with addiction or if you're in recovery or you know if you're interested in this topic, you're welcome to stay. Otherwise, do me a favor and come back when I'm doing a politics show. Let me answer my stepson. I don't know if my wife got home already. He's asking me if I want to wait for him to give her other gifts, or if he should wait for me. What? Anyway, yeah, it's an addiction recovery show. That's all. God, oh my JC, my mother passed away in June. Thanks a lot. Guys, you see what I mean? This is the caliber of people they are. They can't help themselves. They see it says this is a live stream about addiction recovery only, and they can't help themselves. They can't do it. It's politics on their mind 24 hours a day. You can't stop being an animal for even a few fucking minutes. Phil, I was lucky my mother lived till she was 95 and she had congestive heart failure. Yeah, man. All right. Well, there you go, JC. Yeah, that's all right. It could be funny if it wasn't for the fact that my mother passed, you fucktard. But it's okay then. You're cool. Thank you for apologizing. Yeah, 95, Phil. That's amazing, man. And congestive heart failure too. It's very hard to make it to that age. You know, my mom got diagnosed with congestive heart failure when she was 52, but she had heart problems her whole life. Look at my man here, Don Berlin. God, do I miss you. Me and Don we haven't talked in forever. Fucking guy. He's somewhere in the world right now doing something extremely important, and he just doesn't have time for me. 99.99 in memory of Hope. Happy Mother's Day, my friend. What a courageous mom until the very end, and an inspiration to all from the very beginning. God bless you all. Stay well, stay strong, and stay 2 steps ahead of Parasite Pizza. Always, DB. Thank you, brother. That means a lot to me, Don. It does. And Don knows my mom. You know, Don has spoken to her and stuff, and they had a couple of nice conversations. So he was very helpful when she got that bad news a couple of years ago. He's a good man. Thank you, Don. Please tell Kimberly I said hello. Because it's a cold politic. Yeah. I don't even want to, you know, I just wish they would say, oh, this isn't for me. I shouldn't come in here and say political shit. I mean, this is about addiction recovery only. Then again, a lot of them do have a hard time reading. So, but all right, guys. So, anyway, like I said, you know, the reason I ask you guys, you know me, I could get I could go on a fucking a rant, or I could just start talking and talk for hours. You know, I'm pretty good at it. It's kind of like where my little bit of talent I have lies. But I am curious about you guys too, because see, I know I'm the host of these shows, but I think the best part about these shows is that us talking to each other lets us know that, you know, we're not alone, that there's other people experiencing the same thing. So you guys have heard me speak about my mom. You know how you know, devastating it was to me. And even though I knew for years, you know, she was going to pass. But I'd like to hear from you. And I'm not going to force any of you to share anything, but I'm just curious, you know, anybody who's lost their mom, how do you feel on a day like today? How are you managing to cope? Guys, I'm going to play this video. This is a little video I was hesitant to play, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's a video of me and my mom on Mother's Day a couple of years ago. I'm so glad I recorded this because I'm not the kind of guy that records personal shit, you know what I mean? But and this was never meant for YouTube. I didn't play this till after she passed. I made the video years before, but I don't have many videos with her, you know, unfortunately. I didn't even realize that till after she passed. I mean, it's all pictures and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to play this and you guys think about it. Put whatever you'd like in the chat. I got to do a couple things while I'm playing the video, and I'll be right back.
No, like it's worse. I'm so big.
You like it? See, it's got the pearl face?
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank you. I gotta get this up.
You need a knife?
No, I think I could. If I could grab it, I could get this off of here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get that later. I can't see what's in there. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Oh,
You sure you really like it?
yes.
'Cause we can return it and get whatever you want.
No, that's beautiful.
Does it have to be sized?
It might, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's real big.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I love it.
Good. Let's go to dinner.
You don't have to take me to dinner anymore.
Please, let's go. That's nice. All right. Let me see here. God, I miss her to death. Let me see. And then some people are just asswipes. It is true. Some people are. But you know what? A lot of those Trump people, you know, as much as I despise them, a lot of them, you know, if you could put politics aside, they're not horrible people. You know, they have a problem putting it aside. I had a night last night where I only slept 2 hours at a time and had bad dreams all night. Yep, me too, pretty much. I couldn't even sleep till like 3 in the fucking morning. And then I woke up at like 6:30 and I just couldn't go back to sleep. And I just nod off and wake up and nod off and wake up. I wound up staying in bed till like damn near noon, you know? And then I right away, I told you I wanted to get busy, just stay busy to keep my mind off shit. So I told my stepson, get ready, you know, we're going out. And we spent the whole day together. It was actually very, very nice. You know, he's 14, so we don't do that a lot. He likes to be with his friends and stuff. So, but it was a nice day, you know. We talked a lot, and you know, he lost his father a few months before I lost my mom. So, even though it's Mother's Day, you know, I mean, his dad's on his mind every day. So we even talked about that a little bit, you know. Sabrina Merrick, $2. Grief is like an onion; it has many layers. Chris, I've heard that before, and it's very, very true. Sabrina, thank you so much for the $2. Alan, do it. Alan, take my advice. Make as many videos with her as you can. Take as many pictures, and I'll tell you something. You know, when my mom got the news that she didn't have much time left, a lot of people told me to record conversations with her. So I would, you know, let her know I'm recording her, and I would, you know, get her to break out old photo albums, and because you know, got photo albums from the '60s with family members of mine I don't even recognize or know, you know. So I had her go through the photo albums and talk about who everybody is and their lives a little bit. And we had a lot of nice conversations out on the porch, playing with the dogs and stuff. She talked about how much she loved the dogs and feeding the birds. And so I recorded a lot of conversations and a lot of phone calls. You know, I asked her if that was okay, and she said, yeah. So I got a lot of good conversations between the two of us. I just wish I had more videos. You know, I wish I did. Thank you, Rebecca. The oddest thing I face is the realization that they are all part of the past now, and there's just me. Yeah, War, I feel you, buddy. Me too. Chris, did you ever record the time you were taking your mom and it was toward the very end when she sort of reconciled with your dad in one of her final stories? It's a fantastic story. No, that was actually very private. No. No, but thank you. It's between us, it's a secret. I don't recall the specifics. I just remember you told me the story. We were at Applebee's or when we were talking from somewhere when I was in ME someplace. Yeah. No, we talked about it at Applebee's. We did. It was a very nice thing I was able to do, you know, and I have that forever. So, but I don't talk about it on here, you know. 88 on the beach and sunny. Magooch, you prick. I see my mom almost every night. That's awesome, Alan. Vincent Davis, hi, it's Vince again. Have you tried Jesus? He will change your heart of addiction to be filled with him by the power of the Holy Spirit. No, Vincent, I respect your religion. I'm not a religious guy, but I'm clean and sober. So I think most of the people in the chat are too. I don't know if there's many active users, around. Chris, I also noticed personality changes in some family members before they passed. Yeah, well, I'm glad to, I'm not glad to hear that. It's sad when that happens, but it's good to know I'm not the only one. I don't know I don't know what goes on with them. I guess when you're dying, things just change. Everything changes. The way you think, your body's shutting down. So I don't know. I'll never be able to figure it out, and I don't even really want to try anymore. It's hard to even think about, but it was very tough, very very tough. Don knows about all that stuff too. Let me just see. Okay. Uh, what else? What else? What else? What else you guys got to tell me? I mean, I don't know. I like to talk to you. Uh, I don't know. If all of you are in recovery, or I'm not sure about all of you. I forget things, but the point of the show, obviously, is how to get through a day like this clean and sober. All right, Vincent, enough with you. Jesus Christ. God almighty with the God shit. These motherfuckers, bro. They're the worst fucking people. They have got to push that shit on you. They can't help themselves. Yeah, Don, fucker. I hope that doesn't cause problems. Anyway. All right. So, what else was I gonna say? Yeah. For me, it's listen. I always say this. I hate to repeat myself because you guys get bored with this shit, but I say what's on my mind when it's on my mind. My whole life, I was always, my beliefs changed. I was raised Catholic. There was times I believed in God. There was times I just gave up. Or times here and there where I questioned it. And finally, around 2012, I think it was right after the Sandy Hook shooting. As a matter of fact, I think it was that day. That's when I gave up on. What did I even fucking get into this for? I don't know. I guess I just I gave up on that. That day was it for me. I said, "How can a God uh, who's good do allow shit like this to happen?" But I don't know why I started talking about this. My memory is so bad, especially today. I got so many things on my mind. The religion thing. Anyway, I don't know, but I was always on and off with it, and I've been an atheist for a long time. That's what I was going to say. Now, my mom was a diehard Catholic, and my whole family were Italians. So my mom always believed in it, like an afterlife, heaven and hell and stuff. And my whole family did. I was raised by people who did. Even in my family, I'm the only atheist. Everybody is religious to some extent. At least everybody I'm still in contact with. For all I know, some of them might not be. But I always knew my whole life. I always wondered. You always wonder if there's life. Not necessarily life after death, but if there's a heaven or hell, if you're, the people you lose are still watching over you. Wow. Michael, let me tell you why you're a piece of shit. We're literally in here discussing our deceased mothers on Mother's Day. And you're such a fucking cocksucking evil piece of dog shit that you can't help yourself but come in and talk shit. Even when this is a conversation that in no way, shape, or form has any fucking thing to do with you. Anyway, fucking asshole. I hate these fucking people. I swear to God, I wish you fucking people would start donating again so I could stop this politics shit. If I never have to talk to one of these animals again, it'll be too fucking soon. I can't wait. I swear to God. I wish you all fucking die. I honestly do. Anyway, my whole life, you always wonder and stuff. And I always knew one thing when my mom passed. Yeah, I know. I saw that. When my mom passed, or at least throughout my life, I always knew that when my mom passed, I would know then, because me and my mom were so close. No matter whatever happened between us, in life, with arguments, stuff like that, you get into with your mom. No matter whatever you've been through, me and my mom were so close. I always knew that if there was anything like that, then she would, visit me. I would know she's still here. And nothing, so I don't believe in that shit anymore, unfortunately. And I was up and down with it my whole life anyway. As I told you a minute ago, but even though I don't believe that she's, around in any way, shape, or form anymore, there's still a part of me that, of course I don't know. I can't be sure, right? And the idea of relapsing is just like, I'd be breaking her heart all over again, I would be breaking her heart all over again. And I could never do that. Not only that, but I mean, I'd be letting everyone down around me, So, I think I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I think the only thing that keeps me from relapsing is the fact that guys block them immediately. Block them. The only thing that keeps me from, not the only thing, but as far as for the most part, it's one of the only things that keeps me from relapsing, because on days like today, I would absolutely fucking love to go have a drink. Oh my God, I could taste it now. I could taste the rum and Coke. I would kill for a fucking drink. I would kill for a couple of lines of Coke. Shit, I would kill for a quarter ounce of Coke right now, but can't do it. Can't do it, So I'm just curious how you guys get through this stuff, clean and sober, but nobody wants to talk in here. All right, Rebecca Green, $50 Australian Addiction and Recovery. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you. You and Don are brightening up my day a little bit. A lot, actually. And guys, I don't require donations on these shows because I'll do these for free. But if you want to donate so I could do more of these, I can't turn it down. I'm in no position to do that. Yeah, Phil, true. Chris may indeed be a genuine atheist, but I can tell you he is a deeply spiritual person by his actions and truly misunderstood as a result. Spiritual people are best defined by loyalty. Thank you, Don. That means a lot to me coming from you. Yeah. I think you're right. God bless your mom, bro. I admire how important to you she was. I know just from how you talk about her, she was the type of person that could make a stranger fall in love. Yeah. Oh, Minio, you would have loved her, man. And I know you think you're just some Italian kid who's actually from the hood or something. My whole family's Italian, and it was just like every other Italian family. Even when I play that video, you could hear my mother's Brooklyn accent. You can't miss it, And we were close, like any Italian family. But she was so important to me because my dad when he was there, he wasn't there. And then he left eventually. So it was just us. It was just me and her. My brother was always locked up. So I didn't really get to know him till I was older. But it was just me and my mom. We had each other's backs no matter what. So. Thank you, Minio. It's tough. It is. But, if I didn't have Shanna, if I didn't have what I have now, I mean, I would fucking, believe me, in a heartbeat, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be sitting on a stool somewhere, fucking drinking myself stupid. Which, That never is the answer, but it just makes you feel better. That's why we fucking do drugs and drink alcohol, right? Because it does. It makes you temporarily, it takes everything away. Problem is, eventually you got to stop. And then when you stop, it comes back and hits you like a ton of bricks. And now your problems are multiplied or amplified by, other shit you've done while during your little relapse, no matter how short or long. So, no, Alan, no. I had someone tell me that missing someone is just misplaced love. It stopped a lot of pain in my life. I like that, actually. You're not offending me. Take a chance on Jesus. Didn't I block him? How does he keep coming back in? Well, it's hard not to, though, Noah. I used to try and stay busy, but today with my love and my doggy love, I'm just chilling watching TV. Yeah, that's good. That's very, very good. I'm glad you have that, And I'm looking forward to tonight, too, when Shanna gets home. But today, I was just so determined. I figured, okay, everything to me is like a mission. So I'm like, okay, what can I do to give Shanna the best day possible? Unfortunately, she has to be to work. So she has to be at work. So it's fucking edible arrangements and, Pandora and fucking, everything. Pockets are hurting, but Shanna's got a big smile on her face, and it's just going to get bigger when she gets home. Uproot those substances from even coming to your thoughts. Is that possible? I mean, next year or next month will be 7 years for me, but it's only 7 years. I know that. Does that happen eventually? Or can you do it? How do you pull it off? My family must be ashamed of me, Melissa. Why? I'm not a Trump supporter. I mean, you support a pedophile, so shut up, cunt. That's what you get. Fuck you, people. I'm doing everything in my power to not talk politics, but you won't leave it alone, so I'll roast you. Fuck it. Melissa's a miserable twat, who fucking has nothing going on in her life. She looks for chats like this to spread her fucking misery, because misery loves company. I've been sober for months. I just don't think about that crap. Well, Oscar, no, I give you that, and it's good, and I'm happy for you. But it's not that easy for most people. I mean, I don't know how severe your addiction was, but if you've had a true strong addiction to something, it's not about you thinking about it. You have no control over that. You know what I mean? It's like if I said, well, when I quit drinking after drinking a half a gallon a day for 2 years, I didn't go through a withdrawal because I didn't just think about it. It's not my choice. You know what I mean? Like, I have health problems and shit I don't think about. There's a lot of things I could block out of my mind. And addiction, for the most part, I'm not going to lie. I always said I feel I have it easier than a lot of people, I don't think about it that much. But when there's days that are tough days, that are extra emotional and, of course, it comes to your mind, like, how nice it would be, because it's just like anything else. These substances are painkillers to us, emotional pain. It's like, why do most people drink? I mean, they drink to celebrate or to forget things, to cope. So, and I'd say that the majority of drinking more so is probably, for killing pain and misery and fucking getting things off your mind. Anybody has a tough day, the first thing they want to do is go get a drink. Somebody dies, they want to go get a drink. They have a divorce, they want to go get a drink. Their kids stop talking to them, they want to go get a drink. Some people it's dope, some people it's coke. It just depends. But I just think of my family, the legal aspects, the wasted money and health issues that come with addiction. Fucking right, Alan. Me too. All of those things. In the end, it's no good for you. That drink works for just a hot second, and then you're back to misery again. Absolute misery. Except then you have to deal with the fact that you just threw away all your fucking clean time. That's another reason, that I stay clean. I've told you guys that a million times. I mean, I'm so proud of the time I got. Not proud in a way that, like, I don't think you should be proud. I don't know. I always have a hard time saying I'm proud because the thing to be most proud of would be never having had an addiction to begin with. Unfortunately, I don't have that. And it does take strong people to get clean and sober once they do have addictions. But, it's an accomplishment to have that kind of clean time under your belt. And then no matter what it is, it could be 3 months, it could be 30 years. Bottom line is once you have a drink or something, you throw it all away. And then you got to start over, and that hurts. If you missed them, their love hasn't really left you and never will, because the love you both shared and together endures. I think so, or I hope so. I mean, I don't know. Help, I need to get off of what? What is that? Is this guy? I don't know. I don't know what that is. There's a difference between religion and spirituality. Religion is for those who believe in a hell, and spirituality is those of us who have been there and have come back and have come back. Well, in that case, Don, yeah, I'm spiritual. That's for sure. Yeah, you are too. No doubt about it. We've been through hell. The world needs you. Find your purpose in life. That's the secret to never waste another minute of your life. Well, that, Moa, I'll give you that. That's one thing. Anybody who knows me knows I always lecture people about wasting time. I don't believe in it, because you only have so much. I tell my daughter that. I tell my stepkids that. Don't waste time. Spend as much time with the people you love as possible, make as much out of life as you can, because it could end in any given moment. My mother left me and my brother, and after 8 years, we went to finally see her, and she introduced us to our new adopted sister, and me and my brother couldn't stop laughing. Twilight Zone shit. Hey, at least you handled it well, Minio. Yeah. It's a shame she left you, but that's crazy. Well, listen, man. Like I said, at least you can have a sense of humor about it. Being sober is boring as fuck. I just do what I do in small amounts every now and then. Well, side angles, that's how normal people are. If you could do that, that's great. Unfortunately for addicts, we can't. Like, that's what I learned. It's almost like you're allergic to something. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't do it. I got to accept that I can't do it like other people can. I used to have a girlfriend, man, and we would go to a bar every now and then. This was when I wasn't even in real active addiction. Like, in other words, I wasn't drinking every day. I was drinking 2 or 3 times a month, just like I'd go out with her. She was a younger girl. I was like maybe 28 or 29. She was 20, 23, or she was 23 or 24. She just got out of college. She had a bunch of college friends. They always want to be at the bar. So I would go out with her and her friends, and they would all have a couple of drinks and then just chill and go on with their night. As soon as I got the first drink in me, it was like, oh, not only am I going to drink every second until we leave, but I'm not leaving empty-handed. I'm taking at least a couple of 6-packs, or if I could talk the owner into sliding me a bottle out the back door. Yeah. Yeah. And then usually I'd sneak away from her at some point and meet up with someone, get a bag of Coke. I did that one time. It was pretty embarrassing. I spent the whole fucking night in her bathroom after she passed out, doing Coke and drinking, smoking cigarettes. There was no smoking in her apartment, so you can imagine how she felt when she opened that bathroom door in the morning. It's fucking embarrassing. But she was normal. Her friends were normal. They had no problem drinking and then just stopping. But when you got an alcoholic brain, once you have a drink, you're going to drink at least until you pass out. You're going to have no choice. Melissa's mom hates her. Probably. Sabrina Merrick, $2. I like these shows. There are good people here. There are, and you're one of them, Sabrina. Thank you for always showing support and being here. The more I learn, Don, I realize the less I know. Yeah, well, I think that comes. I think we all start to experience that or feel that way as life goes on. Let me see. I am sure glad I never got a victim mentality. What a bunch of loser you really are. Well, you might not have a victim mentality, but you're fucking illiterate. And by the way, you're a Trump supporter. You guys have the biggest victim mentalities of any fucking people on planet Earth. It's always somebody out to get you. The way to solve addiction is to make the feeling last 3 months, problem solved. Yeah, well, yeah, if you could pull that off, Minio, yeah, you're good. I think of the money I spent on it. I sure could use it now. It must be hundreds of thousands I blew, literally. Me too, man. I think about the Coke. Oh, my God. And I told you guys, I never bought there was never, not one occasion. Well, okay, like I said, one example would be like that girl that night I was with her. I did buy a ball. But other than that, I mean, maybe 2 or 3 other occasions in my life I spent money on drugs. Otherwise, to do them, I always bought, quantities of cocaine to sell, and I would just do coke out of that. It never really, I mean, it would cut into my profit, but it never actually cost me anything. I never lost anything because of it. But the amount of money, I mean, you talk about an 8 ball a day for fucking years. Oh my God. If I could have 10% of it, I'd be thrilled. I never had substance issues, so those substances never come to mind ever. So act like someone who is healed. No need to ever go back to the thought of them. Banish them from your reality forever. Oh, well, there you go, Moa. I mean, no offense to you, but then you don't have an understanding of it. Look what she said. I never had substance issues, so those substances never come to mind ever. So act like someone who is healed. No need to ever go back. Well, Moa, no offense, but again, you can't relate to us. There's no, of course, if you never have substance issues, you could not think about them. Is this she for real? Is this a fucking joke? You pulling my leg? Yeah, I mean, you have to, Mo, you have no understanding of what it's like to be an addict, so you can't possibly relate. I mean, I know your heart's in the right place, but 14 years clean, opioids, alcohol, it can be done. Les Paul, that's awesome, man, especially opioids. That shit. I do not envy anybody who's had that addiction, because it was always described to me by people who've been clean for a long time that it never leaves your mind, not 1 second of the day, no matter how long you've been clean. Some of us haven't lived such clean and unaffected lives, Mo. Yeah. I mean, come on. I don't know if she's trying to be insulting or what. Mo, you want me to? Mo, what are you, fucking retarded? I'm sorry, I have to ask. I mean, again, I don't think you're trying to sound like an asshole, but so what you're telling me is instead of coming on here and talking about this and helping other people with their addictions, I should argue with assholes all day long and get nothing accomplished. Yeah, I'd have to disagree. He doesn't have to stick to Mo. I don't want to block you. Stop being an asshole. Oh my God, Mo. Okay, it's enough of you. I'm just gonna put you in timeout for a very long time. Let me see. I don't know how true this is, but I heard there is a gene and alcoholism can run in families. Oh, yeah. I mean, but there's no doubt that's true. But like if you're, say, your father, your mother is an alcoholic, I mean, your grandparents are alcoholic, you have a much higher chance of, now don't get me wrong, you always got to pick it up first. You got to decide to take your first drink. But once you do, you have a much greater chance of becoming an addict or alcoholic or drug, whatever substance it is, than somebody who doesn't have that in their family. But at the same time, there's people like me who don't have it in their family, and I was very susceptible. I mean, I became an alcoholic not long after I started drinking. I was a teenager. I mean, severe alcoholic. I'm talking about, a fifth of vodka a day minimum, to the point where, when I was 19, I had a grand mal seizure because I went 12 hours without a drink, and they had to put me in a coma for 7 days to keep me alive. So, no doubt. But me, like, my mom never drank. My dad would drink here and there. My mom would have a beer once or twice a year, tops. And when I say my dad would drink here and there, I mean, the only time I even remember him drinking anything other than maybe a little beer at a barbecue was when my brother, he almost got killed. He was beaten half to death. And my dad just killed a bottle of Jack Daniels that night. I went looking for the guy that did it and almost got himself locked up. And that's the only time I ever saw him drunk in my life, And I never saw my mom under the influence. She would have a cold like Heineken once or twice a year at like a barbecue or something, and she would just, sip on it. She would never even finish it. And I was a fucking Jesus Christ. I think anything I did, I would have become addicted to. I never had any interest in crack. I never had any interest in heroin. I never had any interest in pills much, other than benzos later on in life. But alcohol, everybody wanted to drink. We were kids. You're always drinking. So that's I became a severe alcoholic, and then cocaine. I mean, I was selling it, and once I tried it, I was addicted very shortly after. I mean, that's why the only other drug I ever really did was, I mean, I did acid a couple times, but the only other drug I ever really did, I didn't even smoke weed. I probably smoked it 7 times in my whole life. I tried ecstasy once, and oh my fucking God, that shit was so amazing. It felt so good that the next day I said, never again. Never again, because I'll be taking 10 of those motherfuckers every single day. Never again. 8 years clean now. Congratulations, Jay Miranda. That's awesome, bro. I'll have 7 next month. I can't wait. I don't know why. I just can't. I'm off to go about my day, guys. Much love to y'all. Well, thank you, Rebecca, for everything. Have a good day. Rebecca's in Australia, so I want to stop smoking weed, my man. Shaking my head. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. I sound like an asshole if I said just stop, but I don't know what you'd require for that. I mean, there's really no physical withdrawal if you stop smoking weed, but mentally, I know it could be a fucking major drag on you. I have a lot of friends that, smoke weed nonstop. But put thought into how you can do it, how you can not be around it and try your best. And if you need to, yeah, go get treatment. It'll be worth it, even though it's just weed. I mean, it still causes damage in your life. It costs money. And you don't ever want to be in it. Like, even this shit makes me fucking sick. It's the one thing I'm still a slave to. But one of the best parts of being clean and sober is not needing this shit just to function anymore, just to live. I mean, when you're a severe addict, you cannot function without that shit in your system. You're a slave to it. It owns you. I remember, I can't even tell you how many times as a teenager, I'd run out of liquor. I'd be going through severe withdrawal, and I'd be banging my head against the wall. The withdrawal was so fucking bad. I was trying to knock myself out because nobody would go get me any more liquor. I mean, and I would terrorize people until they did, because I needed it so fucking bad. Because when you're an alcoholic, a true alcoholic, you cannot, you have to be medically detoxed. I'm talking about an alcoholic who drinks hard liquor all the time, never really gives their liver a break. You will die from that withdrawal. You have got to, you got to get medical help. You got to be detoxed. So when you're off it, to just not need it anymore. And not just that, but I look at a lot of my friends I still have and shit that are always drinking, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, like I said, if you're a normal person and you could do it, that's fine. Because you do it occasionally. But, I have friends that are not alcoholics like I was. They drink beer and shit, but they have the mental addiction. They have to be drinking all the time. They get off work, the first thing they do is go home and crack a beer or go to the bar. Any occasion, they can't wait. The only interest they have in going to a wedding or anything else is drinking. On the weekends, they drink from the time they get off work on Friday till the time they go back to work on Monday. And it's just like, even if it's just a mental addiction, you need it. And that sucks. I wake up every day and I don't need anything. I like feeling the way I feel now, even though sometimes it's tough. Oh, yeah, War. My wife grabbed me by my ears and stuck her tongue up my nose when I was denying doing coke. Damn, that's a new way of doing it. She probably got a very, very numb tongue, huh? That you must have been dying laughing. I would have fucking passed out laughing. Minio, your wife is hardcore. I'll say so. That's not true. I haven't done it over 8 years, and I don't think about it at all. Well, that's good, Jay. It's very good. You're coming up on 7 years. Focus on that. Your sobriety date is June 20th. Mine, July 20th. Last time I drank was the last night of a vacay in Bangor, Maine. That's great, man. Congrats, bro. I mean, listen, I'll say as far as thinking about it, like I said, for the most part, I don't either. But there are times, of course, like I told you guys last addiction recovery live stream, when we're in Florida, we go to Florida a lot. Oh my God. When you're in Fort Lauderdale or Miami and you see the people sitting outside in the sun outside of these bars like the Elbow Room and shit and drinking and having fun and socializing, and you see those big fruity ass mixed drinks, it's like, oh, I want to take all of those right off the table and just pour them down my fucking throat. And I'll tell you the one time it was hard during COVID, there was one point where me and my wife had been arguing. We were bored out of our fucking minds. I mean, my wife was an essential worker, but still, other than when she was at work, there was nothing to fucking do. And the boredom, I was sitting downstairs in the room I used to do this show out of. And I was like, I'm just going to go get a ball or something. I can't take it any fucking more. And instead, I just went upstairs and I went to sleep because it was really on my mind. But at that point, I was only maybe a year and a half sober and clean, something like that. So, not even a year clean and sober during COVID. No, not even a year. But for the most part, throughout my day, I don't think about it. But on days like Mother's Day, I don't know if I mean so much it's on my mind as much as it is, in the back of your mind that there's something out there that'll make you feel better instantly, and what your drugs of choice are. I think heroin addicts, people like that, opioid addicts, I think it's on their mind. This is what I was always told by any recovering addict that was on that shit, is that it never leaves their mind, And alcoholics, I'll tell you what, see me, I don't think about alcohol much. If anything, I miss the cocaine. Alcohol really was just a means to an end to me. It was either to kill pain or level myself out on cocaine. I never really enjoyed drinking. I never liked the taste of anything with alcohol in it. It's not my thing, as far as that. I mean, I'm an alcoholic, but it's not my, you have to drink it even if it tastes like shit because there's liquor in it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't something I enjoyed. I enjoyed the cocaine. What was I going to say? Shit, I don't even remember. I don't know, but I don't know. Totally I lost my train of thought. That is exactly right. It never leaves your mind, your thoughts, your dreams every day. It's that friend constantly tapping you on the shoulder, tempting you to come over here and partake, but you can't. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the dreams, I don't have as much anymore, but the first few years, I mean, it was constant. I still have them though. I think what I was getting at a minute ago is, I don't know, the cocaine was my drug of choice. If I was going to do anything, I don't even know. Fuck it. My memory this is all from my addiction. My fucking brain is destroyed as far as my memory anyway. Oh, really? Wow. I've never got that bad, but I definitely did damage to my body. Yeah, you do. You do. Mario Lopez, what does that mean? What does that mean? I think that other than alcohol, the most difficult drug to get off of is probably opioids. The pain is like nothing one can believe, and the cravings haunt for years and years. Awful. Yeah. I saw a girl that I was very close to go through it, and man, I mean, I saw people in rehab too, and a couple other friends throughout the years, but there was one girl specifically. Watching her go through it was just screaming. Like, I'll tell you what, the best fucking movie is Basketball Diaries. If you guys never saw Basketball Diaries, you got to see that, because Leonardo DiCaprio's depiction of a heroin addict is the best I've ever seen. And I mean, it really gives you an idea of the agony you go through, not just, even when you have shit, but especially when you don't. Today is the day I've decided to stop smoking weed. I think it's not super bad, but destructive enough that it's messing my life up. Then congratulations, Jake. I hope you're able to stay off of it. That's awesome. Mother's Day, I can't imagine a better day. Oh my God, what the fuck? Mario Lopez, a gay guy. Larry, some people don't believe there is such a thing, but yeah, I think so, probably. Yeah, I would say I do. I would say I do. There's just, it's the way I am. I think some people, they live their lives. Hey, my beautiful. Happy Mother's Day. I'll be done in a few minutes. Okay. And what? Oh, the Shake Shack? Oh, heat it up. It's so fucking good. I'll be down soon. All right. Anyway, what was I saying? I think some people live their lives in a way that they just, I don't know if you want to call them rebellious or what, but they just do what they want in life. And they've got their mind made up that if it's something they want, they're going to do it, no matter what the consequences. I was and probably still am definitely that person. You know, I never liked authority figures. I never liked rules. I wanted to live the way I wanted, and that's it. You know, so if something felt good enough, I would just keep doing it. But then again, I had some control because, like I said, with the ecstasy, I said no more. That shit was too good. Jake, smart decision when the quality of the drug consumed overtakes the quality of your life. Time to end the quantity. Know what I mean? Hell yeah. Yes, Ghost Vision, 100%. It's like cereal and milk, man. It's like cereal and milk. I just take it one day at a time, and I amassed nearly 21 years sober. I would definitely be dead if I hadn't stopped. That's great, brother. That is, man. Weed can lead to drinking. Oh, yeah. Been smoking weed consistently since I was 14. I just want to be free of addiction. You could do it, bro. I guarantee you can, man. If you got that mindset, you can do it. Reported YouTube has strict policies on smoking. No, they don't. What? Well, a lot of you motherfuckers have tried to report me for different shit, but smoking, I've been smoking on this bitch, unfortunately, for 5 years. Yeah, strike me all you want. Strike away, buddy. Let me see. There's a passage in Bhagavad Gita. It's chapter 2 and verse 2. I don't even know what that is. It says, from thought arises desire, from desire, and it goes up until you lose yourself. It's about nipping thoughts in the bud. Yeah, well, you don't understand addiction. It's in your brain. You can't change that. You're fucking goofy, Mo. Stop it. How did I manage to quit drinking? Bro, I fucking, well, first of all, there's 3 times in my life where I was so badly physically addicted that I had to get medically detoxed. But the last time I was working a job, I was working third shift at a company building Harley Davidsons for 4 years. And I was, I was for about 8 months towards the end, I was living in a hotel because of some shit that took place. I don't want to get into it. And I was a drug dealer. So I was selling coke. I was selling crack out of the room, everything. And I was drinking myself stupid. Now, most nights I would manage to go to work and I would, I'd still like go in the back. I'd do a little coke here and there. I was in a factory. There's a little break room I could sneak into. But yeah, I wouldn't drink on those days, So I would drink mainly when I had a day or two off or something. I would drink heavy. Something in June of 19 happened that was really bad in the beginning of June. And I started drinking every fucking day. I mean, a couple of nights I was even at work lit, and it wasn't just an every now and then thing anymore. Eventually I met some girl, apparently, a beautiful girl. I wound up spending 4 days with her. I woke up on a Thursday in a hotel. I was so sick from withdrawal. And I had the shakes again and the sweat. Once you've been through alcohol withdrawal, you know it. Anytime it hits you again. And I woke up in that hotel next to this girl who I didn't recognize. I didn't know who she was or where she came from. I was thrilled to see her there, but I had no idea, you know. So she told me the story. So we've been together for 4 days. You called off work every night. You know, she told me shit we did together and all that. And she kind of caught me up. And I was so sick from the alcohol withdrawal that I just couldn't go through it again. And I said, this is it. There's no way. I'm not going to fucking have to drink every minute just to keep myself from having a fucking seizure or dropping dead. And I called my mom and I said, Mom, I need you to help me. I'm in no shape to do this. Anybody who's been through alcohol withdrawal knows you can barely function as a human being. Your insides are shaking, your hands, you're dry heaving, you're fucking sweating, you're as sick as could be. And I said, I need you to call Crisis Intervention and find me a place. I have to go today. Tomorrow will be too late. And I got into a place that night and I medically detoxed. And then I started doing, once I detoxed, I started taking part in groups and, you know, therapy groups and shit. You learn a lot about yourself. Don can tell you, you know, you learn a lot about yourself. And you know, it's like I said, the alcohol was always just so I could do more cocaine, basically, you know. Not in the beginning, in my younger years. That was about depression and a lot of stuff. But later on, you know, so like once I'm medically detoxed from alcohol, I don't think about. That's why I told you guys a little bit ago, if I think about anything, it's mainly Coke. Once I'm medically detoxed from alcohol, I have no problem staying sober. Even every time I did it, it was years before I went back to drinking. And it was always some tragedy that took me to the place where I was doing it constantly and I was physically addicted again. So once I was medically detoxed from alcohol, I was fine, you know, and the cocaine is mental, but you got to understand, before that trip to rehab, which was my first ever, I was selling cocaine for 7 years straight, which means I had cocaine in my system every minute of every day. And I'm not bullshitting. I would do lines before I went to sleep. Once you're enough of a Coke addict, it don't keep you up no more. I would do lines when I woke up before I even brushed my fucking teeth. Anyway, it was always there. And all my friends were drug dealers. There was cocaine everywhere. At one part of my life, I was a DJ. Even then, you know, you're always doing Coke. The radio DJs you're working with, they got Coke. Everybody has Coke. So it was just the act of being away from the Coke that got me to stop that. I mean, I only stayed in rehab. I was only there 21 days. The fucking place was $45,000 a month. It was a luxury rehab. So my union insurance wasn't they weren't trying to cover more than 3 weeks. But just being away from the Coke for 3 weeks was enough for me. I'd never touched it again. And alcohol too. Once I was medically detoxed, it caused me so much misery in my fucking life that even when I think about it, if I have it on my mind, right along with it is the bad memories and the tragedies and the horrible things I've done in my past. All these thoughts come to my mind, and it always outweighs my desire to use, always, because I know what my life will be again. My wife, for example, I met her, let's just say right after rehab. Okay. She's sober. I'm sober. We have never seen each other under the influence of anything ever. And I've told my wife many times, if I ever relapse and I drink, that's the end of our marriage. You will never see me the same way again because I'm a different person. I'm an animal. I get very mean, aggressive, violent. The shit that I've saved up, we all save shit up in our heads, you know, all that nasty shit comes out. You say horrible things to people. You mistreat people. So we've been together. It'll be 7 years in a couple of months. And we've never seen each other on anything. I bet it did. It fucked a lot of people's sobriety up. Oh, is Mario saying something about politics? Where's Mario? I don't even see Mario. Anyway, take a year or more to forget what the high felt like. Are you saying it does? I got 4 DUIs in a 4-year span. All were first offenses except the fourth. Luckily, we knew the sheriff called him and told him, and he told the cop to not show up. They dropped it. That was just, it was mandatory 10 days in jail. I don't know how the fuck all were first offenses except for the fourth. I mean, I had 2 back-to-back in 3 months. And my second one was considered a second first because right after I got my first one, they changed the law in Pennsylvania that if you get your second one before you're convicted of your first, it's not a second offense, it's a second first offense, and it comes with much lower penalties. But I still had to do fucking 45 days in jail, 90 days on house arrest. I lost my license for fucking 3.5 years. I was on probation for 5 years. It cost me like $8,000. I mean, it was a nightmare. Well, thank you for that. All right. Peace. Happy Mother's Day. I am the only guy alive out of 8 of us who used to do pills, coke, alcohol. Wow, man. Well, there's part of me that's glad you're still here, Minio. There's part of me that says, why couldn't it be him? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, bro. You're a good dude. Minio used to break my balls constantly. So I truly think you can have a drink or two and get back on the horse of life, no problem. Once you have what's behind you, you're all, yeah. I know for a fact, because I only say that because there was times where it was the same thing. I was medically detoxed. I stayed clean and sober. And then I would drink for years, just occasionally. I told you it was always some tragedy that would strike, and it would lead me to drinking every day. And once you drink, once you've been addicted to alcohol, like really addicted to the point where you have severe withdrawal when you quit, it might take you a year to get to that point the first time. After that, it's like I said, it could be 4 days straight of drinking. It could be 2 weeks. It could be whatever. I know that I could drink like a normal well, not normal as far as, once I drink for the day, I have to drink the entire day until I go to sleep. But I mean, I know I could drink and not drink the next day, but it's not even worth it. I mean, because a lot of my thing, first of all, if you do that, eventually when a tragedy strikes again, you will be a full-blown alcoholic again. So to me, it's either got to be all or nothing. What else was I going to say? Oh, my thing was, like I said, I always got very aggressive and very violent. So I'd get arrested a lot. I'd get in fights, all kinds of shit. So to me, it ain't that if I drink tonight, I can't wake up tomorrow and not drink. It's that if I drink tonight, what am I going to do that could ruin my life? What if I drive and kill a family? What if I fucking, kill myself, driving? What if I, hurt somebody really bad in a fight? What if I get hurt real bad in a fight? What if I go crazy on my wife and she never wants to talk to me again? Shit like that. Thank you, Bill D. Jr. This is a great blog about addiction to making things up, omitting truths and lying. Wait. To making things up, omitting truths and lying. What's he saying? Whatever, bro. I don't even know what you're talking about. If you're talking about politics, fuckface, come on there and debate me anytime. I'll eat you alive. You don't have facts. We have facts, not you. Fucking asshole. Oh, I did, Ghost Vision. You have no idea. War, you don't get rid of the triggers. A smell, a song, a particular date can be a trigger. Have to learn how to manage them best you can. I agree. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button. And if you can donate and you feel like it, it makes it possible for me to do these shows more often. Please do. There's the super chat button, but also I think I put my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the chats. Yeah. But if you can't, don't sweat it. Mothers are angels. They are. You never get over that TDS shit. You're the one with the issue. You care more about your. I know. Fucking assholes. I wish I could do a politics show tonight just to eat them alive, but alcohol detox can actually lead to seizures and death. It's not uncommon at all. It's why the alcohol detox needs to be done in a hospital setting, as you can literally die. Try and trust me. Oh, yeah. Let me make something clear. Because when I went to rehab, I had only, remember, I was only drinking here and there. And then in June, I started drinking more heavily, but then I only had 4 days straight where I drank. So my withdrawal was enough to make me want to never do it again, but it was not severe like it was the first 2 times I went through that. Don is absolutely right. If you're severely addicted as I was, I went 12 hours without a drink. I had a grand mal seizure. My heart rate was 164 beats a minute. They couldn't get it down. So they snowed me with 64 milligrams of Ativan, put me in a coma for 7 days. When I came out of it, I was still seeing shadow people to the point where I accidentally kicked a nurse and they fucking, they strapped me down for the next 7 days. Yeah. That's how serious it is. The second time, I wound up in a psych ward to be detoxed, and I had to be in there for 7 days. That was when it was so severe, I was on the verge of death. The last time, it wasn't that bad. It was just more discomfort and misery. You're sick. You feel like death. But I just couldn't take it again because I knew that here I am again. Waking up with this withdrawal tells me I'm addicted again. And if I drink another 3 days in a row or some shit, then I will wind up needing to be in a hospital. So that detox for me in rehab was very, very easy. They gave me Librium, which is like a benzodiazepine that like mimics alcohol. It takes all the cravings away. It's the best pill in the world. It makes you like, and they only give you 3 days worth, period. That's it. And it was a very easy, I don't know what you want to call it, very easy detox, we'll just say, compared to the others. But Don is right. Alcohol detox, even when you're medicated and being medically detoxed, you can die. When I was in the fucking psych ward for this shit, I had my heart at one point, they had me on so much Valium, it was insane. Well, at one point, I'm in my room, which I'm locked in, and my fucking heart starts going through my chest. Like I could hear it in my ears, how hard it was fucking beating. I'm banging on my door. They opened the door. I told them, I'm dying. My heart, take my heart rate. I'm dying. And I wasn't panicking. I knew I was dying. So they hooked me up to the blood pressure thing, and they had no more Valium up in that unit. This was in a hospital, of course. The fucking security guard ran on foot down to the pharmacy and back up to give me the Valium because it would have taken too long for them to bring it up. Like, that's how close I was. I can't remember what my blood pressure was, but it was insanely fucking high. And they had to just pump me full of fucking Valium to slow my heart down and shit. It's a nightmare. It is, Ghost Vision. I'm very, very lucky. All right, guys, listen, I got to get going because it's Mother's Day and my wife is home. We got gifts to give her. My stepson is, losing his shit. So I got pumped full of Xanax and 80 milligrams of methadone in the hospital. I think they gave me Narcan or something. It drove me crazy. Wow. Tied down in the psych ward and a guy in the room with me. I remember saying I wanted to die. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely do when you're going through that. Yeah, White Mike, yeah. Yeah, true. All right, guys, I got to get going. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. And let me just put this up real quick. I do this on every show right here. Write these numbers down. That's the National Addiction Hotline. The Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is simple. It's 988. But just in case, write it down anyway. And if you go to nextdistro.org and you watch a little video, you fill out a couple of things, you answer a couple of questions, fill out your information, and they'll send you 4 free Narcan. And Narcan's an amazing thing to have. You could be anywhere and run into somebody who's ODing, and you could save their life. So it's worth it. It's free. They'll send it to you. You keep it in your car, keep it on you, keep it in your purse if you're a woman, whatever. These days, if you're a man, you might still put it in a purse. Who knows? So that's that, guys. Thanks for being here with me. Talking to you guys is always therapy for me. So I feel a lot better than I did in the beginning of the show. And now I get to go be with my wife, and that'll help me keep my mind off things. So thank you guys for everything. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.